Hey everybody, it's a new life. Today is Monday, August the 20. Oh God, the 21st. Wait a minute, the 22nd. Getting my days mixed up. It's been a minute. I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've done an update, and I just wanted to update on stuff that I'm doing. I am. I just. Well, I guess it's going on 2 weeks now that I've been back from vacation. Vacation was wonderful. I went to Puerto Vallarta, and it was much needed. So much stuff has been going on in my personal life, and just really, really needed the break. And I relaxed. I, had some fun, ate good food. For the most part, I would say 96% of my food were proper foods. And then there was the 4%, like I tasted some flan, I had a cookie, I had some bread. What else? That was pretty much it. I had some chips. And that was because we got caught without any food. Just had a real rocky start to our vacation. My sister left her luggage at home once we got to the airport. So it just started off pretty stressful. But I bought me some almonds and I brought my protein bars. I wasn't sure about the milk there, so I didn't bring my protein powder, but the milk was fine, so I was still able to get skim milk in. But the trip was great. I worked out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We left Saturday, and I woke up and I worked out Saturday morning. I'm doing the Couch to 5K program, C to 5K, and that was my 4th week, and I stayed on track. I even got really ambitious one morning and jogged for like 13 minutes straight, and I was only supposed to do 5, but I just wanted to see what my body could handle, and it handled it. So I just completed the 5th week of the C to 5K. And I successfully ran 20 minutes on Friday. I couldn't believe it. I was just so happy and so proud of myself because that is so huge. So this is the 6th week, and I'm sure that I'll be running 25 minutes. But I don't know by heart what the days are. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just really glad that I didn't get out of my routine. People were like, I know you want to keep working out, keep things going, but remember you're going on vacation. And something I thought about was, life does not stop no matter what you're doing. If you're on vacation, if you are at work, if you are out of a job, life still happens. So working out, making good food choices, that's part of my life now. It's not an option. It's not something that I can do on Tuesday and then not do on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have to stay on top of things, and even though those other foods were eaten, I still did what I was supposed to do. I had my protein, I had my water, I exercised, I got rest. That's never going to stop. I can never vacate from that. So, I found myself not even being able to sleep because I knew I should be up working out. And I was so glad that my sister is now, on board, and, she's really making strides to become healthier. And so I had a partner, and she was up, and we both motivated each other. And so I just felt fantastic, so that when I got back and went back to the gym, I didn't feel like I was starting over because I had let my body rest for a week. So I felt really, really good about that. The C to 5K is part of a personal goal that I've had for a while to become a runner. The reason why I want to become a runner is because I love what running does for the body. It's like a total workout for the arms, the core, the legs, the back. And I think that it concentrates on areas that you just can't get with weights or with cardio, like walking or bicycle riding. I think every exercise pinpoints something that the other doesn't. And I just like the way that the muscle mass is created with running. And it just when I see people running off of the lake, it just seems like a liberating and free, a freedom movement. It's just a real, I love watching people run. It's just a wonderful thing. It's like they're in their own zone and they are on a mission and they are just free. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And so that's why I want to be a runner. I was thinking about doing the 5-day pouch test. I looked up the information and I've just kind of been going over in my mind whether or not I want to do that. And the reason why I'm thinking about it is because I have introduced a lot of the bad carbs into my system. And I just think that being able to kind of like regroup, start over, what am I saying? Flush my body, like do a detox type thing of the carbs. I think that would be really helpful and would, kind of help me to reboot. So I've really been thinking about that, and this is the last week that I'm going to mull over it, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to start on Monday the 29th. So, yeah. My goals from here to the end of the year is, I really want to get into the running, and I really want to continue to develop muscle mass, and I would like to maybe even find a 5K before the year is out. And my biggest goal, and do not laugh, is I want to learn how to ride a bike. Y'all, my childhood was really scanty, and I didn't learn how to do a lot of things that kids learn how to do. I don't know how to roller skate. I don't know how to jump double dutch, and I don't know how to ride a bicycle. So that is going to happen this year because I will definitely, God willing, be participating in next year's Bike the Drive. And I wanted to do it this year, but it didn't happen. But that is definitely on the gotta do list for this year before December 31st. And I have my trainer, he's actually is going to teach me how to ride a bike. So, and right now I'm hovering between 220 and 216. And I know why. So I really, really would like to be, I'm figuring if I can do 10 pounds a month, which I think is a very feasible goal, then that is going to put me down. Let's see. I'm going to count from September, October, November, December, 4 months. So that is 40 pounds. And that would put me at 180. And that would be like 5 pounds away from my goal. Because my goal is 175. And once I get to my goal, then I guess the doctor or the nutritionist will, go over the chart figures. But I don't want to really be the chart figures because I think the chart figures has me at like 130 something because of my height. And I don't want to be thin. I want to keep my curves, I don't want to be thin. But I will, let my body kind of decide and regulate, where I want to be. I don't want to lose my face because I've seen people lose weight, a lot of weight, and they go down really small, and then their face looks gaunt. And I don't want to look feel, I don't want to look like my face has been sucked in. I want to retain my face. So, I don't know where that is. I don't know how low I can go and still look the way I want to look. So we'll see. But that is my goal, 10 pounds a month. I think that's a very feasible goal, and that's what I'm going to shoot for. And I want to, stop this hovering thing, going back and forth. So I know that I really, really got to rediscipline myself and, stop playing around and pushing the envelope, so to speak, since I, am not having any adverse effects with, some of these poor choices that I have, due to not planning or, falling back into the mode of stress eating. I never ever want to go back, and I know that these are the things that will put me back to where I was last year. So, just really got to make my mind over. I've really enjoyed the support and the encouragement that I get from the Facebook group. And, even though there aren't many that respond, to my posts, there are just the regulars that come on and, cheer me on and, say something encouraging or say something to boost my morale. And I just am so thankful for that. I really, really am thankful for that. And I try to go on and I try to comment on everybody's stuff. Even if I just click a like button, I just try to, participate in everybody's comments. So, if you're on Facebook and in a group for weight loss, be sure and comment on people's posts, because you never know